Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. I'm your host Jennie. Today, we're diving into China's property market, which seems to be taking a roller coaster ride. Despite some signs of stabilization, many homeowners and developers are feeling uncertain, especially with ongoing geopolitical and trade tensions with the U.S. The government is considering more stimulus measures to boost demand, but the future still looks a bit shaky. In the world of innovation, China's Lingdu Intelligent, famous for skyscraper and solar panel cleaning robots, faces setbacks as U.S. tariffs increase, putting a damper on their global expansion. Even so, their robots are still making waves in over 20 markets worldwide, showcasing impressive tech and resilience amidst trade disputes. Meanwhile, Hong Kong is riding high on its horse racing scene, which is proving to be a real tourism booster. Recent races drew record crowds, especially from the mainland and Japan, helping the city attract high-end tourists and revitalize its economy. From sports to culture, horse racing continues to be a winning strategy for the city's vibrant tourism scene. Please continue to watch for more details. South China Morning Post vividly illustrates the fragile state of China's property market, highlighting personal stories like Shanghai resident Kong Jiangjiang, who missed a lucrative opportunity when she hesitated to sell her property during a boom. The market's recent revival is portrayed as tentative, with government measures such as relaxed mortgage policies and record land sales signaling optimism. Yet, the shadow of U.S.-China trade tensions and tariffs looms large, threatening to undermine this fragile recovery. Despite some signs of stabilization, such as shrinking declines in home prices, increased household credit, and high land auction premiums, analysts warn that the overall demand remains subdued, and the industry faces a profound correction that could redefine its role in China's economy. The narrative underscores the uncertainty faced by ordinary buyers like Evelyn Luo, who now questions whether the market's recent upswing will hold, emphasizing that the good old days of booming property prices are unlikely to return, and the sector's future will hinge on broader economic stability and policy support. The South China Morning Post also reports on the suspension of Guangdong Lingdu Intelligent Technology Development's U.S. deal due to escalating tariffs, revealing how trade policies are directly impacting Chinese tech firms. Lingdu, known for its skyscraper cleaning robots, had secured a contract worth 12 million yuan with a U.S. client, but the deal was halted after the U.S. imposed tariffs totaling 145% on Chinese imports this year. Despite this setback, Lingdu's innovative robots, capable of climbing skyscrapers and cleaning vast facades efficiently, continue to expand across more than 20 markets globally, including Europe and the Middle East. The company's ongoing R&D efforts aim to launch new obstacle crossing models and solar panel cleaning robots, with plans for a Series A+ funding round to bolster growth. This story vividly depicts how geopolitical tensions are disrupting Chinese technological advancements and international business, illustrating the resilience and innovation of firms like Lingdu amid uncertain trade conditions. Finally, the South China Morning Post highlights Hong Kong's strategic focus on horse racing and sports tourism as a vital component of its economic recovery. The recent record attendance at Sha Tin Racecourse for FWD Champions Day underscores the sport's appeal in attracting high-end tourists and boosting local spending. The city's efforts to cultivate a luxury tourism niche through collaborations with mainland travel agencies and targeted outreach in the Middle East demonstrate a confident push to position horse racing as a signature attraction. The industry's broader social and economic benefits are emphasized, with the city's leadership viewing racing not just as entertainment but as a vital engine for economic revitalization after the pandemic's toll and social unrest. This narrative celebrates Hong Kong's vibrant sports culture and its potential to draw wealthy visitors, reinforcing the city's reputation as a premier destination for high-net-worth individuals seeking both excitement and exclusivity. South China Morning Post highlights Nemo Zhou's vibrant approach to redefining the game of chess. As a woman grandmaster, she uses her influence to inject fun and accessibility into a traditionally serious sport, challenging stereotypes and encouraging more diverse participation. Zhou's journey from childhood prodigy, through the pressures of competitive chess, to becoming a social media influencer reflects her desire to change the game's culture, addressing issues like elitism and sexism with humor and openness. Her live streaming sessions in Hong Kong, where she invites locals to challenge her for cash, exemplify her mission to make chess an enjoyable, inclusive activity that breaks free from its rigid, classist roots. The narrative of Thor Pedersen's extraordinary globe-trotting adventure, as detailed in The Impossible Journey, is a testament to resilience and the unpredictable nature of travel. His quest to visit every country without flying was derailed by the COVID-19 pandemic, forcing him into nearly 2 years of confinement in Hong Kong. Despite the setbacks, Pedersen's story is filled with moments of humor, kindness, and perseverance, such as his unconventional wedding via a Utah agency during lockdown and his encounters with the quirks of different cultures. His journey, spanning over 3.5 million kilometers, encapsulates the spirit of adventure and the human capacity to adapt and find joy even in the most unexpected circumstances, culminating in heartfelt memories and future plans for new expeditions. South China Morning Post also introduces Georgia Groom, the actress and long-term partner of Rupert Grint, whose private life remains largely shielded from the public eye. Despite her fame from roles like Georgia Nicholson in Angus, Thongs, and Perfect Snogging, Groom prefers to keep her personal experiences, including her recent second pregnancy, out of the spotlight. Her background as a Nottingham-born dancer and actress, with a family rooted in the arts, complements her confident yet private personality. Groom's candid remarks about her discomfort with posing for photos reveal her desire to stay authentic amidst the fame, and her relationship with Grint is characterized by a deep connection built on friendship and shared understanding. Their quiet life together, including the birth of their daughter Goldie G, underscores her preference for privacy in a world often obsessed with celebrity. According to South China Morning Post, Janet Kung Tia Sishan, a remarkable Hong Kong athlete, has mastered the art of ice climbing, rock climbing, and bun scrambling, showcasing her extraordinary physical prowess and cultural dedication. At just 31, she ranks 6th globally in ice climbing and has earned the title of Bun Queen twice, with ambitions of a third victory at the Chung Chau Bun Festival. Her journey began in 2013 when she discovered bun scrambling, a traditional festival activity rooted in Taoist history, involving racing up a bamboo tower covered in plastic buns. Her subsequent exposure to ice climbing during a Canadian trip further diversified her athletic pursuits. Despite the intense pressure of international competitions and the intimidating height of the Bun Tower, Kung views these challenges as opportunities to connect with her cultural roots and inspire others, especially students, by sharing her experiences and promoting Hong Kong's unique traditions. Her story underscores a harmonious blend of physical excellence, cultural preservation, and personal resilience, highlighting her as a symbol of Hong Kong's vibrant spirit. SCMP Opinion paints a compelling picture of Hong Kong's educational struggles, emphasizing the alarming rise in student absenteeism and the complexities behind school dropouts. Since the pandemic, the number of students missing 7 or more consecutive days has surged, with over 5,500 students in the latest academic year, many of whom remain unnoticed by authorities. The reasons are multifaceted, ranging from academic stress and social anxiety to family issues and mental health challenges, exacerbated by pandemic-induced disruptions and social media addiction. These issues threaten long-term social and economic stability, as early dropouts are linked to delinquency, unemployment, and health problems. Experts argue that a collaborative effort involving schools, families, and policymakers is vital to prevent vulnerable children from falling through the cracks, advocating for alternative pathways like vocational training. The message is clear: abandoning at-risk students is not an option. Instead, comprehensive support and innovative solutions are needed to nurture their potential and ensure they remain integrated into society. South China Morning Post introduces Benjamin Qin-muji, a precocious 15-year-old philosopher whose inquiry into artificial intelligence's consciousness and rights signals a new frontier in thought and ethics. His winning essay at the China Trials of the International Philosophy Olympiad posed profound questions. Can machines think or feel pain? Qin argues that AI's ability to process and synthesize information suggests a form of consciousness, though lacking biological embodiment prevents it from experiencing pain like humans. His philosophical exploration extends into the nature of human identity, the blurring lines between humans and machines, and the concept of extended minds, where digital devices become part of our cognition. Qin's ideas challenge traditional notions of consciousness and personhood, prompting debates on AI rights and legal protections. His perspective reflects a future where rapid technological advances demand a re-evaluation of what it means to be human, emphasizing that philosophy must evolve alongside innovation to address ethical dilemmas and redefine our understanding of life and consciousness in an increasingly digital world. The South China Morning Post paints a vivid portrait of Peter Somm, a Renaissance man whose creative spirit transcends fashion to embrace the culinary arts. Known for his joyful, visually striking designs worn by icons like Scarlett Johansson and Michelle Obama, Somm has now turned his eye toward food, a love rooted in childhood memories of cooking alongside his grandmother and mother in their kitchen in Hong Kong. His debut cookbook, Family Style, is more than just a collection of recipes. It's an expressive love letter to heritage, family, and the simple joy of sharing a meal. Somm's approach to cooking mirrors his fashion philosophy, bold, colorful, and full of personality, where each dish, from potsticker frittatas to modern twists on Chinese classics, serves as a canvas for self-expression. His storytelling intertwines personal anecdotes with playful language and fashion analogies, emphasizing that food, like clothing, should evoke happiness and authenticity. Ultimately, Somm's culinary journey is a heartfelt homage to his roots, a bridge connecting his multicultural identity with a broader narrative of resilience and renewal, showcasing how culture and heritage shape his artistic and personal identity. The South China Morning Post also explores the compelling origins of Donald Trump, focusing on the contrasting stories of his parents, Fred Trump, a self-made construction mogul, and Mary Ann MacLeod, a Scottish immigrant who rose from humble beginnings as a domestic worker. Fred Trump's early start in real estate, building thousands of apartments in New York, was marked by a frugal yet ambitious drive, though his legacy is marred by allegations of profiteering and discriminatory practices. Mary Ann's journey from the Hebridean Islands to America was fraught with hardship, marked by poverty and the struggle to forge a new life. Her marriage to Fred transformed her from a poor immigrant into a member of New York's affluent elite, yet her background remained rooted in hardship and resilience. Their complex legacy is intertwined with themes of aspiration, sacrifice, and the American dream, elements that continue to influence Donald Trump's persona and political narrative. The story of their lives paints a nuanced picture of immigrant grit and the enduring impact of family history on one of America's most controversial figures. Meanwhile, Nikkei Asia examines the crossroads faced by Chinese automakers after their meteoric rise in global export markets. As China became the world's largest auto exporter in 2023, many companies, including BYD and Geely, began establishing offshore production facilities to circumvent tariffs and meet local demand. These strategic moves aim to sustain growth amid rising trade barriers imposed by countries like Turkey, the EU, and Russia, which have responded with hefty tariffs and restrictions due to the surge in Chinese vehicle imports. The article highlights how Chinese automakers are transitioning from export-driven growth to local manufacturing, mirroring the path taken by Japanese firms decades ago. While geopolitical tensions and trade barriers threaten to slow growth, Chinese companies are expanding their global footprint with new factories across Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Experts predict that, despite potential setbacks, China's auto industry will continue to adapt and evolve, leveraging offshore production and strategic investments to maintain its competitive edge in the shifting landscape of international trade. South China Morning Post vividly recounts Emilia Clarke's astonishing experience of suffering 2 strokes in her 20s, a shocking event for someone so young and seemingly healthy. Her first stroke, a subarachnoid hemorrhage caused by a ruptured brain aneurysm, struck her after a workout, with symptoms like a severe headache, vomiting, and collapse, reminding us that strokes, though often associated with old age, can strike anyone, even the young. Globally, over 100 million people have experienced a stroke, with a rising incidence among young adults, particularly in Hong Kong, where the rate has increased significantly over 2 decades. Causes in youth include cervical artery dissection, vasculitis, moyamoya disease, but most are linked to modifiable risk factors such as high blood pressure, cholesterol, obesity, smoking, and high salt intake, especially prevalent in Chinese diets. Despite being preventable in 80% of cases, strokes in young people often lead to severe disabilities, depression, disrupted family roles, and economic burdens, with recovery hampered by the need for specialized rehabilitation. Emilia's story highlights the importance of early detection and prevention, with tools like the Be Fast acronym emphasizing the urgency of recognizing stroke symptoms and seeking immediate help. Her resilience, including her second aneurysm and subsequent full recovery, underscores the critical need for awareness, lifestyle management, and innovative rehabilitation efforts, such as her charity Same You, dedicated to improving stroke recovery outcomes. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the Sixdu team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of Sixdu Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the Sixdu team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize Sixdu Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, sixdubrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive Sixdu Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories spin, walls come down, voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd, broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen, every link a different theme, words collide in the stream, 6 degrees connect the dots, background stories more than us. The voices rise aloft, truth unveils in every spot, cultures clash across the globe, spin the threads in a stroke, every story wears a robe, truth and lies in their code, journalists dig real deep, secrets out, they don't sleep, every angle they will keep. In the news we take a leap, new perspectives day by day.